What's up guys? Welcome to Words of Wisdom. So if any of you are new here, Words of Wisdom is a series where I share quotes and words that have inspired me and shaped my life or my mindset in some positive way. So today's Words of Wisdom comes from Tony Robbins, and it's not really an exact quote but more of an idea, and it comes from his documentary I Am Not Your Guru. So in that documentary he says your problems are your gifts. And that is a concept that once I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's so true. Basically, a problem that most humans have is we think we shouldn't have problems and we don't want problems. We try to avoid problems as much as possible, or we just think that we shouldn't have them. We're like, oh, I have this problem or this issue, and you think a perfect life is a life without problems. But actually, your problems are there for a purpose and there for a reason. Your problems are actually your gifts. And you should start to look at your problems from that angle, that your problem is a blessing, because every problem that you have shapes you in some way. Every problem that you have, every struggle that you go through makes you a stronger person in some way. So we're not meant to live life without problems. Problems and struggles and challenges are going to happen, and they're there to teach us something, to help us grow, to help us be stronger. And I think that's just like a really fresh way to look at it. Don't try to avoid your problems. Don't act like you don't have problems, and don't act like you don't want to have problems in the future, because you're gonna have problems, you're gonna have challenges, you're gonna have hard times, and you should instead be grateful for them. See those problems as a blessing, as hard as it can be, to just see it as like something to help push you to be a better person in any shape, way, or form, whatever it may be. So I think in the documentary, the example that he explained it with was this girl who didn't have a good relationship with her father, and that kind of fueled a lot of her anger and her insecurities inside. And she just was so passionate about doing something good in the world, or doing something with her life. She's like a very passionate, ambitious woman with a lot of fire inside. And she was angry at her father for being a drug addict, for abandoning her, or just whatever it may be. So Tony Robbins was like, you need to thank him. Thank your father for what he's done to you. Instead of hate him or be angry at him for what he's done to you, thank him, because everything that he's done fueled your fire and made you into this strong, beautiful woman that you are. And I think most of us should start to see our problems more in that sense, that, we're thrown things in life not because like we're not lucky or we're kind of like not loved, that all these problems come our way. It's not to do with that, but our problems are really there to teach us a lesson, to push us to become more of the person that we're capable of becoming. And I'm sure there will be a lot of devil's advocates to this idea or this concept, but I don't know, I really like seeing it in this fresh way, that your problems are your gifts, and you should learn to be thankful for them and appreciate all your problems. Like, appreciate everything in your life, the good and the bad. So I hope you guys liked today's Words of Wisdom. Let me know what you think about this quote, your problems are your gifts. And just, post your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to just like get some conversation and discussion going. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!